Well, top three, number one, obviously, is Jerry Rice. The guy was incredible, and he was incredible for a long time. Was he the tallest? No. Was he the fastest? No. Was he the strongest? No. And I'll just give you one example to me of what makes Jerry the greatest. My first Pro Bowl I play in, we're in Hawaii, first practice. Everyone's kind of, as Mike Holmgren used to call it, grab assing. You're just kind of messing around. It's Pro Bowl. You kind of, you think you're hot stuff. Jerry comes out and he runs the first route he runs, like you always start off, call it pat and go. You throw fade routes to the right, fade routes to the left. Everybody runs them. And then you start slowly but surely increasing. You go into routes and a little 7-on-7, things like that. That's kind of a typical practice. If I didn't know any better, I would have thought Jerry was preparing for the Super Bowl. Every route he ran was like the last route to win the Super Bowl.
No.
And I was like, guys are kind of jogging, goofing off. Not Jerry. He was all business. Of course, I knew who Jerry was. I'd played against him, even though I was on offense. I watched like everyone else. Like, can he do it again? And Jerry, always did something that, you go, well, that's why he's Jerry Rice. So he would be number one. After that, and I look at it from my era. Randy Moss, his debut against us on Monday Night Football, I think he had 200 something yards and he had a 70-yarder call back. And I watched right there, just front row seat. When we had him covered, we didn't have him covered. He'd go up and, amongst 2 or 3 defenders, and he made it look so easy. And when he ran, the deceptive thing was he looked like he was barely running, but he would just pull away from everyone. He had tremendous speed. He was a rebounder as a receiver. What I mean by that, like the tallest guy on the court doesn't necessarily become your best rebounder. It's the guy that knows how to position himself, when to jump, leverage, all those things. And Randy was the king of that. He just, you'd be, looking at your defenders and they'd be falling around like clumsy. And he just so gracefully would go up, make it look so easy, and could change the game at any point just by running his routes. You could throw him a deep ball. And I know my 500 TD was when we played the Jets, and it was third, probably 15 or more. We're playing in New York, and I tell Randy, and I played just a few games with him. I told Randy leaving the huddle, I'm throwing it to you no matter what. And I think the guy's name was Cromartie. Antonio Cromartie was a cornerback. He was probably 15 yards off, which you need to 16 yards to get a first down. You definitely are not thinking deep ball with a guy 15 yards off. And Cromartie was the guy who had great range. But I told Randy, I'm throwing it to you no matter what. So I'm just going to lay it up. When I saw the leverage that Cromartie had, I was like, he's going to see the ball thrown before Randy. So I just took my drop and just laid it up. And lo and behold, he ran right past Cromartie. And it hit him right in the breadbasket. But and I only use that as an example because there's hundreds of examples like that with Randy. He could change the game. And just when you thought, defensive coaches say, get back. Don't let him get behind you. It didn't matter. He would undercut you. He would run past you. So Randy would be in the top 3 as well.